Hey there, thank you so much for joining me today. I am Lauren House and we are on the Social Nostra Network. Today on Beyond the House, we are going to step away from real estate and talk a little bit about fashion. This is something that I absolutely love. I want to share with you how to build a luxury collection. And I say this because I am a total product of my environment. I grew up in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I still live here. And my things are very important to me. So I'm guessing that if you're watching this, you have somewhat of a common interest with me and you would like to know how to start building your collection. And it's very overwhelming because it's very expensive. So before we get started, all I want to say is welcome to the cult. And honestly, there is something to it because when you build your luxury collection, you end up looking luxurious and successful, and there just is something to it. And I had this epiphany the other day that the reason why I like my things so much is because they can't break my heart. They can't reject me. They can't let me down. Like they're always going to be there. And if they go out of style, well, that would be the reason why I'm going to share with you the items that I do purchase on the luxury scale and the items that I don't purchase on the luxury scale. So like my boyfriend, for example, enjoys spending his money on experiences, even if it's like the nicest Uber. And I'm thinking to myself, that is the biggest waste of money for 10 minutes to Old Town Scottsdale or wherever we're going. And you want to spend that much money on an Uber? Like that just is not my personality. I will take the crappiest Uber, eat at McDonald's, and look the nicest with all of my expensive things. That is just how I roll. To each their own. There's no right or wrong here. So let's get started. I want to teach you how to build your luxury collection. Number one, we're going to start with very classic pieces. So this can be jeans. This can be, like I said earlier, jeans, a wallet. This can be a pair of black stiletto pumps. There's whatever you're going to, I know that we all as girls and probably some guys out there, when you go to buy your first big purchase, you kind of already secretly have your heart set on something. So honor that. There's nothing wrong with it as long as it's not some like, statement piece that's 2020 that you're going to remember as 2020. The key to buying luxury items and building the collection is purchasing items that are classic. They are staple and statement pieces because they are luxurious. It's not a statement piece because it's like yellow polka dots with swords through the polka dots and orange tigers on it. Like that's very memorable. That's not something that you're going to love forever. That's something that you will love for a season. So picking classic items are going to be clutch. Like there's just no way around that. And that is where I purchase and focus my purchases on when buying expensive items. So number two would be daily use items. And I say this because when you're saving to purchase something that's a bigger purchase than you might have ever spent in your life on a pair of shoes, on a handbag, on even sunglasses, you don't want it to just sit in your closet. You want to use it. That's the whole reason why you're even buying this, is because you love it so much and you want to kind of show the world like, hey, I'm successful. I can afford luxurious items. I don't even bat an eye. I can drop $800 on a wallet. And that's what that says. That's what the status says. So when I say daily items, sunglasses, if you have, 15,000 to throw at a watch, go for it. Maybe it's diamond earrings, maybe it's a certain necklace, maybe, I don't think you're going to wear a pair of black Louboutin stilettos every single day unless you're wearing them to work. And in that case, I would say buy a shorter heel so that you can wear them every single day. Maybe go with Chanel, maybe go with Jimmy Choo or Manolo. There's lots of different options out there, But we all know that a Louboutin stiletto is a status symbol. It's not only trendy, but it goes to show that you can afford it. You can pay for an $800 to $1,200 pair of shoes, and it doesn't hurt your bank account, which in turn means you are successful. So I totally understand wanting a pair of Louboutins. I have many, but I would say for a Louboutin, since we're going down this rabbit hole, to just buy a pair that you're going to wear daily. I actually purchased a pair of wedges. They look like Valentino because they have the spikes on them, but they're not. They are my absolute hands down favorite shoes I've ever purchased in my life. They've been through World War III and back, and they're still beautiful. And I've got to say, I've had quite a few people when they find out they're Louboutin, because they're under the assumption that these are Valentino because of the spikes. When they find out they're Louboutin, I've literally had people say, I can't believe you spent that much on Louboutins and nobody knows they're Louboutins. And these were men, mind you. And I just kind of looked at them and I thought, wow, you really do think I'm superficial. And no offense if you're watching this right now, because I'm sure you know who you are. I could not help but laugh. I mean, that's how much Louboutin has made an impression on our culture. Like, if you wear Louboutin, you need to let the world know that you've got those red soles. So I bought those shoes because I love them. I love the height. I love the style. I love the color. They're a nude wedge, like a pink, rosy, gold nude wedge. And whether you can see that they're Louboutin or not, they draw so much attention. It is unreal. I don't need them to say Louboutin. I can just wear those bad boys out and I have compliments coming at me all day long because they're that beautiful. They are a statement piece. They're beautiful. And I did kind of I shouldn't be spending this right now. I totally had that moment, but we all know that our precious items are seasonal. And especially when you get into the higher end items, for those of you who don't know, they are seasonal, which means that you won't be able to get them again. They might come out in a different color and the same style, but you won't be able to get that pair that you have your heart set on again. So if you like them, it unfortunately is like a now or never decision. So, stop like piddling your money away on less expensive, less quality items and start purchasing more expensive, you have more expensive and more quality, but you'll have fewer items. And that's the choice that I decided to make a long time ago. I would rather have fewer items in my closet, but know that they are all very high end. And not everything I own, we're getting there, but not everything I own is like that. But it is so much fun to pay for it yourself. You worked your buns off for that money and you get to reward yourself. So start with a daily piece. Maybe it's sunglasses, maybe it's a wallet, something that like you're going to see. And if you're spending that much money on whatever it is, use it. Don't be scared to use it. I wear the heck out of all my shoes, out of all my purses. My God, those poor purses are in terrible condition, but I use them. Like, it's not money left unused. It's money that was well worth it. Like, everything I have in my closet is probably free at this point because of how much I wear it. So don't be afraid to use it. When it comes to purses, if you want a good daily purse, the Louis Vuitton Speedy is by far the best. I'm sure it's gone up since I purchased it in college, but they are durable. Louis Vuitton stands behind their products. Gucci also has great daily purses. I don't have any specific ones that I can recommend, but if you're looking for a daily purse, I would say Louis and Gucci all day long. They're reasonably priced. They're still a status. And it's a great goal. Like, hello, you just bought a Louis Vuitton. That's incredible. So think about these things, what it is that you want to purchase as your first big purchase or how to collect. And keep in mind, it's going to take some time. Like, I started this collection in college and somewhat in high school. And I'm 35. So that's almost 20 years of saving and of working towards my goals. And someday it will just get to the point where I don't have to think as hard. And it's just like, oh, I just want to buy those Chanel shoes and I'm just going to purchase them. So daily items kind of goes with the next one, which is accessories. Accessories will be a little bit less expensive, not always, but sometimes they will be a little bit less expensive than a pair of shoes, than a full handbag. So whether it's, even if you were to buy like a clutch instead of maybe like a Burberry scarf, you could start there. That's $500. I think they're $500 now. So something that's an accessory. And if you live in a cold state, a Burberry scarf is the way to go. Those are the best. I have a couple of them. Some were gifts. But they're just like such a statement, you know, and you don't have to buy the brown. You can buy, I think I have the purple one and I love it. And it just kind of is an accent piece and it goes with everything. But it's just a little bit less expensive. And again, it's a daily use item that you will be able to wear and use because you just spent all your hard-earned money on it. So now the question is where? We here in Scottsdale have this awesome store called My Sister's Closet. It's a resale store. So they have men's, women's, children's, and home. It's called My Sister's Attic. So it's like furniture. And these, you have to, well, I have to be in the mood, but it's definitely one of those stores where you go and you pick and you look and you try on, and there's not going to be another size because you only have the one option. So this is a great way to start your luxury collection. And there's Poshmark, and I know there's others. I don't shop on those websites, but I know they exist. And go start surfing the internet. The only thing that sucks about this is, like I said, there's only that one. So there's only that one, there's only that color, there's only that style, there's only that size. You can't say, hey, this is a medium, can I get a small? It doesn't work like that. So that's why it's hit or miss. And you kind of have to constantly be going in. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. And, you know, there's certain things that I understand with resale, especially when it comes to shoes, and purses for me are kind of weird to do resale. I got to actually do some shoes if they're in really great condition. Clothes don't bother me so much. So I probably should reveal right now that majority of my clothes are from Forever 21. I will spend any amount on shoes, on purses, my sunglasses, my jewelry. Like, these are things that I love to spend my money on when it comes to clothes. And I think it's because styles change so quickly. I honestly shop at Forever 21. I do get them dry cleaned so that they last a little longer. And I have places where I go, like My Sister's Closet, that, you know, that's where I find like a staple blazer. Like I have a Dolce & Gabbana blazer, some Diane von Furstenberg wraparound dresses, just stuff that I've found over the years. And it might not be exactly what's in style right now, but I will have it forever. And as long as it still fits me in the future, when that trend comes back in, I can have it. So shopping at like a resale secondhand store, I understand that it might gross you out. Not everybody is okay with this, but it's definitely a good place to start. So start with something hard that you don't have to wear, like a wallet, and start there and see if you can do it. Otherwise, you'll be saving just a little bit more money to make sure that you have the brand new one. And on that note, must say, this is my own rule. If I like something at the resale store that is really just a couple $100 more expensive brand new, I will just go buy the brand new one. There's just something about it. It's like, well, if I can get it new, I'd rather just have it new. Again, that is just me. I've got girls that I know who go to Goodwill and look for all the vintage, and they love it. And that's their thing. Like, I'm just not like a digger like that. Like, if it's not right in front of me, then I don't really know that it exists. So again, we're finding out our pattern, we're finding out our rhythm here when it comes to shopping and fashion. And it's not something that just comes naturally. It's something that you figure out over time. So, my other rule is, when it comes to sales, if there's something that I like and it's on sale, I just buy it. And I don't really think about it. And I'm not talking like, you know, most of those luxury items don't actually go on sale, but I'm saying just in general, if you're out, you know, maybe some home decor is on sale and it's something that was really expensive. Like, for example, I love Mackenzie Childs, and I do kind of wait until some of her stuff goes on sale because it does get pricey. And if it's something that I love and something that I can't live without, my other rule, then I will purchase it. And my other rule of being something that I can't live without, there's like 2 or 3 things in my whole life that like I could not leave the store. I physically would have had to be removed because I just could not leave the store without that object. And that's my rule. So if I have that undying, like, oh my gosh, I cannot leave without this, then I will purchase it no matter what the cost. And I'm not talking like $12,000. It's like a purse, but, so yeah, so those are my two like staple rules that I've developed over the years. Hopefully those help you a little bit. And I want to be very, very clear, which I know I already said, but this really is a collection, and you don't start a collection and have the whole thing overnight or in a year. I'm not saying that you need to go out and spend all your money. Like, this is something that like, hey, I could go out tonight and spend $100 in the blink of an eye without batting an eye on drinks and food, or I can stay home and make dinner and put that $100 into my luxury collection fund. And eventually, after 10 nights of not going out or making a decision to just like stay home and have friends over and save a little bit of money, you have $1,000. Money adds up, whether you're spending it or saving it, it adds up super fast. So I'm not encouraging you to go out and start buying everything you see in sight that you have to have. This is something that I've been working on for almost 20 years, just as anyone else that who's not a bajillionaire, and it just takes time to get there. So, as freeing and as liberating as it feels to go drop $800 on shoes in the blink of an eye, it still needs to be a very calculated decision. It's an important decision. I mean, $800 is not something to laugh at. Neither is $300. Neither is $100. We all work so hard for our money, and how you choose to spend it is up to you. And I respect however you choose to, and especially if it's on your things. People are going to give you shit, and you're going to have the haters. You're going to have the people who question you, who like passively aggressively make fun of you to your face because you love to buy your things. I don't care. That's who I am. That's what I like to spend my money on. And I don't have a family. I don't have children. I have 2 cats and a boyfriend, and he has a job and he can spend his money on whatever he wants to spend his money on. And I have to supply food and kitty litter for my cats. And that's it. Other than that, I have my bills to live and nothing else. And I get to spend my extra money on what I want to spend it on. And, putting it towards an investment property is not quite as exciting, but it's something that is very important to me. Like, I need to do that in order to keep making my money. So these are things, this is not something that I go out and do, 15 times a year. These are purchases that I make as I feel comfortable dropping the money. So if you have any questions on any of this, I know these might be kind of silly, but these are things that just kind of got me to where I am. And when I look at my beautiful items that I cherish and appreciate so much, I know that I worked hard for all of these things. And this is a product of my success. And this is how I choose to spend my money. And every time I step out my house, I know that I look so good. And I'm here to encourage you to take pride in what you look like, and let's make some cute, really good decisions when it comes to fashion. Don't go buy that bogus, outrageous thing. Buy a staple piece that you are going to have and love and cherish, and use it daily so that you can be proud of the wallet when you pull it out of your bag. So here we are talking all about superficial things in fashion, one of my favorite topics. So again, this is Lauren House. We are on the Social Nostra Network, and this is Beyond the House. Thank you so much. We will get back to real estate.